Hey everybody, Edo here, and the good folks at Grail Games have sent me a copy of Medici by Reiner Knizia and art by Vincent Dutrait, which is fantastic. Now, this is a older game. This is a reprint or remake of a classic game of his, and I hadn't played that other version. This is the only version I've played, so keep that in mind. This is a really, despite having a pretty big board and a number of components, this is a really fast-paced bidding game. And, it's really quick, it's easy to learn, it's practically filler. It's just a lot of stuff for filler, but I like this game a lot. I've really enjoyed this game, and it's the type of game like you play it, and you just want to play it again, and you just want to play it again, and you just want to play it again. I've played this game more times than I ought to in a small amount of time, but you're all traders. Like, the Medici family was a huge trading family, and I'm not, European history is not my thing, but apparently that's the case. And you are going to be filling up your trade ship with lots of goods, and there are 5 different types of goods. There is cloth, herbs, grain. That's probably not herbs, right? That's probably spices. Dyes, like inks and dyes, and furs. And the way the game works is you are going to shuffle. Oh, and there's one card which is gold, which doesn't have a trade value, but just has a point value. But you are going to shuffle up these cards. You are then going to remove a certain amount based on the number of players. And this version supports down to 2 players. There's a little extension to your ship. I will say it's strongest with 3 or more, but it does work with 2. And you are going to, as a player, decide whether you want to flip over 1, 2, or 3 goods. You will flip them over, and they have 2 important pieces of information. They have the a value at the top and then the type. The value at the top is independent from the board. There is one scoring, so it's played over 3 rounds, and you're going to get the best over 3 rounds. One part of that is, and it's based on the number of players. The math, right, is great because it's Reiner game. But whoever has the highest score across the top of their ship at the end of one cycle, which is when all players have filled their hole or you run out of cards, that player gets a bunch of gold, a bunch of points. Super cool about this game, your victory points are also your gold. So you're bidding with money that also represents how you're going to win. So first person with the most along the top gets the most points, and it's anywhere from 20 in a 2-player game to 30 in 3, 4, 5, or 6. And so that's one scoring that happens at the end of each round. The second one is based on these categories of things you're collecting. You all are walking these components, these oops, I put that on backwards, that's fine. Your pieces inward on these discs. So you have the you all start off the board, and then you start working your way up based on each one you have in your hold at the end. And each round, the person who's in first gets furthest up this track gets a certain amount of points, and then second gets a certain amount of points. And ties you split, and the numbers work. But as you move up, you also get bonuses if you get really high up, and you'll get those every round. So having a ton of one type can be very valuable. And so you're going to score around that. So you're scoring for overall value and then sort of progression on each of these type tracks. That's it. That's the game. In terms of your bidding, I missed it. The great thing why this is such a fast bidding game is everyone only gets to bid once. Leading player flips, and then person to his left, says, I will pay 6, 8, pass, and it goes back to that player, and that player can either beat the bid or it goes to that player. Like it isn't like round robin and round, it doesn't go around and around and around. It's like it plays really quick. They're all dynamic, and you really need to think about how you're bidding. It's fun. It's quick. Again, it's a little bit of a big game for the play, but it's beautiful, so it's okay. I have 2 quibbles because so close to being perfect, I feel like I have to bring them up. 1, for a game with so much score track manipulation, this completely illegible blue on blue on blue numbering could have been better, right? How many times do you have to be like, wait, all right, there, I was at 6, like, that could have been nicer. The other thing is the score marker and all your placement markers around the horn are the exact same size and width. And if you look at the board, it can be really confusing sometimes. Like, you don't want to move the wrong one up the track versus the one you're scoring on, and it's got some visual clutter and confusion. Not the end of the world, but that would have been something I would think they could have done differently. There are 2 little tokens that let you know which round you're on, and then there are these 5 tokens that help you remember which track you've cleared or not. I didn't use these that much, but you can. Really solid game. This is a game people come over and I want to show and play because it's quick and fun and easy. A lot of adding and subtracting of numbers, like a lot of it. But check it out. Subscribe, share all that good stuff. Most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.